Hi everybody, it's Chris and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to share and rank my top 30 favourite songs that appeared on the Stiff label. So I've got a variety of 45s, I've got some albums as well because sadly I don't have the 45s for some songs which I'm still on the hunt for, but so hopefully you'll really enjoy this really eclectic mix. I think Stiff Records had an amazing roster in terms of range of different musicians and artists on that label. So it's a label that started in 76 and lasted to about 86, originally founded by Dave Robinson and Jake Riviera, and was eventually taken over, I think, by ZTT. Is it the label that Frankie Goes to Hollywood found themselves on? So I've got 30 songs. Tell me what you think in the comments below. The first up is the third single on the Stiff label from 1976, a band that's quite difficult to categorise, but it's got a nice little groove to it. It's Rugulator, and this is a song called All Aboard, back with Cincinnati Fatback. Now, I'm not sure where they come from. I think they're a British band, but I've got a sneaking suspicion that their main guy, Danny Adler, is in fact Canadian. So I don't think they're Canadian. I think they're British, but that's Rugulator, All Aboard at number 30. At number 29, bit of new wave, psychobilly, power pop from New York band Dirty Looks and Let Go, which is a nice song. At 28, gone with a cover version, Dave Stewart and Barbara Gaskin doing Leslie Gore's song It's My Party and I'll Cry If I Want To, which I think was possibly a bigger hit for those two than it was for Leslie Gore back in the day. At number 27, I'm going with They Don't Know by Tracy Ullman. Now, the version by Kirsty MacColl is, I think, a lot better. But I've kind of disciplined myself here to share just one song from any one artist. So I'm going to show Tracy Ullman's version of They Don't Know because Kirsty MacColl comes later. Bit of a spoiler alert there. At number 26, I'm going with a real 80s sounding band. So this is the Bell Stars from 82. This is the 167th single to appear on Stiff. This is the Bell Stars and Sign of the Times. Nice little pop song. At 25, I'm going with Mick Farren and the Deviants, and this is the Screwed Up EP, although the song that I'm going to have as part of this ranking is, and there's 4 songs on this, it's a great little EP, it's called Let's Loot the Supermarket Again Like We Did Last Summer, which if you've not heard is great fun. So there we are, Mick Farren and the Deviants is at number 25. At 24, harmonica player Lou Lewis and his band, I think he was originally with Eddie and the Hot Rods, nice slice of pub rock with Boogie on the Street. At number 23, I haven't got the single of this, but it's so I'm going to have to show the album. It's American band Go-Go's with Jane Wiedling and Belinda Carlisle, and I'm pretty sure it's the opening track on this album. We Got the Beat, which originally was a Stiff 45, so that's at number 23. At 22, I'm going with Any Trouble and Yesterday's Love, nice bit of power pop. At 21, going with a bit of pub rock, this time from a band probably more famous for its kind of psychedelic underground sound than anything. But anyway, the second single on Stiff was Between the Lines by the Pink Fairies, which is a tremendous 45 if you've not heard it. The next up, this is number 20, is Department S, and this is I Want, which came with a little sort of a little bit of a note as well. This is apparently the new single from Department S, I Want. It's their third single, hot on the tail of Going Left Right, which it sounds incredibly like. It's very, very similar. But anyway, there's my number 20, and that's I Want by Department S. At number 19, Suffice to Say by the Yachts. Lovely little rhythm, kind of organ-driven song. Really like that. Suffice to Say by the Yachts is at number 19. You'll always find me in the kitchen at parties. Jona Lewie is at number 18. Great song. Number 17, she did a number of songs, weird vocal. In fact, she was quite weird generally, if I'm honest. She did a version of I Think We're Alone Now. She also did Lucky Number, but I like Birdsong the best. Suitably weird, but a great little track from Lena Lovitch, Birdsong, and that's at number 17. At number 16, I'm going with a 12-inch single. I've got this on 7, but I just couldn't find it. So I'll show it on 12-inch. And it's The Untouchables and Free Yourself, which is marvellous. In fact, I'm surprised I haven't got that slightly higher, if I'm honest. But anyway, Free Yourself by The Untouchables. Wonderful. At number 15, this is kind of new wavy-ish. synth pop slightly. Brilliant Mind by Furniture. It's a great song. Oh, it's from 86, it must have been, I think it's 86, something like that. It's one of the last singles. It's his 251st single on Stiff. Furniture, Brilliant Mind, great track. At number 14, I'm going with Pointed Sticks and Out of Luck. It's quite collectible, that single, and it's a great slice of power pop. Brilliant. Really love that. I think they are a Vancouver band, I think, from memory. At number 13, I'm going with the lead guy from the Pink Fairies, who also was in the original version of Motorhead, which they also had a single on Stiff, White Line Fever, which I don't have, and I don't have it on any form of vinyl, so I couldn't show that. But anyway, Larry Wallace is at, what's this, number 13, and Police Car. He looks really good. I love the front cover, it's great. That's a great track, actually, really like that. At number 12, again, I'm going to have to show an album here, which actually is on Sire, I think, or Phonogram, I can't remember. But this originally was a Stiff single. The A-side was Another World. The B-side was Blank Generation. The band is Richard Hell and the Voidoids. So that song originally came out on Stiff Records before it came out on Sire. At number 11, I'm going with the first ever single to appear on Stiff Records, and that's Nick Lowe's So It Goes, which is a great track. At number 10, I think this is such fun, such fun. This is Swords of a Thousand Men by Ten Pole Tudor. Just had such a brilliant rhythm and vibe to it. Great, such a danceable song. So that's Ten Pole Tudor. And Swords of a Thousand Men, that's at number 10. At number 9, I'm going with Watching the Detectives by Elvis Costello. It came out in 2 picture sleeves, one with Elvis and this phone book one, but a great song. That's at number 9. At number 8, Billy Bragg cover, New England by Kirsty MacColl. I think that's just a wonderful, it's not very often that you get cover versions that are incredibly better, I think, than the originals. That for me is an example. New England, Kirsty MacColl, wonderful. At number 7, we're going with Whole Wide World by Reckless Eric. Brilliant song. I remember hearing that on John Peel and loving it then, and I still love it now. That's Reckless Eric, Whole Wide World. That's at number 7. At number 6, Sex and Drugs and Rock and Roll, Ian Dury. Wonderful. It's backed with Razzle in My Pocket, Razzle being a gentleman's magazine from the 70s and 80s, allegedly. At number 5, going with One Chord Wonders by The Adverts. Now, I prefer Gary Gilmore's Eyes. This was their first single. Their only single on Stiff came out in 77, just before Gary Gilmore's Eyes. But it's a great punk song. So that's The Adverts. I think they're from Devon. At number 4, I'm going to have to show the album. And again, this album's actually on Virgin. But originally, they brought out one single with Stiff, and it's The Members, so the band famous for Sounds of the Suburbs. There's a track on here, Solitary Confinement, different version to the one that's on Stiff label, but it's just a fantastic song with a great lyric and a really good kind of melody. It's brilliant. So that's The Members, Solitary Confinement, and that's at number, whatever that was, 3. No, that was at number 4. At number 3, I'm going with Sally McAlane by the Pogues. I think this is on lovely, yes it is, it's on green vinyl. The Pogues are such a good band. I could have chosen so many tracks by them, actually. They've got quite a few. Dirty Old Town springs to mind immediately, but I love the really traditional Irish sound of that particular song. Sally McAlane by the Pogues is at number 3. At number 2, I've gone with Madness, and my favourite song by them, which is Night Boat to Cairo. I just love the way the speed changes with the saxophone halfway through it. It's just wonderful. And that's number 2. And at number 1, I sadly don't have this single. I did have it, and I sold it in the late 70s when I was at school, and I got quite a lot of money for it, actually, if I remember rightly. And I really regret it. And every time I see it, it's incredibly expensive, but I do have the album. This is actually on Stiff, and it's the song that opens up side 2, and of course, it's The Damned. And the track in question is New Rose. I don't have Neat 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 either. That would also probably be my number 1. But New Rose is my favourite song to appear on the Stiff label. So tell me what you think in the comments below, and thank you very much for everybody that watches and comments. I love the interaction I'm getting around these ranking videos. It just makes it so worthwhile. So tell me what you think below. What are your favorites? What have I missed? And I'm sure I'll be back sometime soon with another video. Cheers.